Jay Barricata does what it takes to make beautiful music.
The Bluegrass Barn Winter Concert Series is a series of bluegrass shows where we invite nationally touring acts to come to Frying Pan Park and perform within the Bluegrass Barn. My volunteer responsibilities usually start when we start booking the shows for the next year, where we approach bands and invite them to perform here. And we try to piece together a schedule of bands we like that we think are going to please the clientele here. During the actual season, on each of the Sunday nights, I basically bring in the sound and light and stage equipment and do all of the production, including mixing the sound, doing the lights, and interfacing with whatever the band needs to perform their shows. This concert series started from an idea that I had back when I was still touring with a couple different bluegrass bands, and we would go out on the road and play here, there, and wherever. And then when we came back to DC, we noticed that there really wasn't a room for the less than giant bands. The last summer, when I was really out doing a lot of festivals, I started talking with bands about this idea, and they liked the idea. So when I came back, I started looking for a room and really wasn't finding anything until I went to one of the Fairfax County summer shows that was a bluegrass show with a band I know, and talked with Suzanne Frankenberger. And a couple weeks later, she contacted me with saying, well, we possibly have a room for you. How about if I go cross stage? So we sat down and worked out a budget for the shows and what it would take to make them actually happen within the framework of the Park Authority, and then started booking shows for the first season. Bluegrass is a bit of an acquired taste. This is an opportunity to see them in a nice, intimate setting where it's a little bit closer than what you get when you see them at the festivals during the summer.
Jay's dedication and expertise are great examples of the power of volunteer service and its benefits to all.
If I could get anything out of the award experience, is for more people to know that this event is happening, and then they can come out and be part of our growing family, so this event can happen for years down the road.
He wanted to know what day of the week I could work, and I said, I don't care. And he asked, well, what time do you want to work? I said, I don't care. And he said, I have just a job for you.
And Roger Dittman has had that job as a volunteer at the Twin Lakes Golf Course since 1999. Joining the staff just as the second course was opened. He was selected as the first permanent substitute and is available to come in on a moment's notice to fill emergency volunteer position vacancies for a number of different roles.
Well, there are three jobs. One is a starter, which is the people that report in, and I log in who they are and what time they have, and I send them up to the tee coordinator, top of the hill. The tee coordinator is the one that lines them up on the tee as far as what their tee off time is and everything. What I do is I try and make sure that people keep the pace. I don't try and say anything to them unless they're about 10 minutes behind.
Roger has cheerfully and willingly come in over the years to fill in for others at Twin Lakes. And though he primarily volunteers to donate his time out of the kindness of his heart and the reward of honest work, the job doesn't come without its perks.
The things I get out of volunteering, one, I just really enjoy it. But number two, I get free range balls, I get a discount in the pro shop, a discount in the lunchroom, and in my job, I get a free cart to use.
Roger Dittman is a joy to work with and has a work ethic that is rarely matched. He is now a staple of the Twin Lakes Golf Course, an accomplishment best appreciated by the woman closest to him.
If I wasn't volunteering here, I would probably be bugging my wife to death. I don't think there's any frame of it that would be work. I enjoy every bit of it. I really do.
Dottie O'Rourke has been enchanting audiences with her storytelling and history programs for more than 18 years at Sully Historic Site. Since she began volunteering in 1997, Dottie has contributed over 5,000 volunteer service hours.
I saw that Sully was looking for volunteers as tour guides and teachers, and I said, what fun. Being a volunteer is a very rewarding thing. We give our time, but we get so much back as well. I know that I get more satisfaction out of volunteering than I think I give.
As one of Sully's best teaching docents, Dottie has interpreted 18th and 19th century life to a wide range of audiences and has even contributed her own materials to expand the program. With the volunteer group, the Sully Stitchers, she has contributed significantly to the dressmaking committee, sewing 18 sets of clothing for camps and birthday parties. Through her extraordinary efforts, children can now fully immerse themselves in history by not only seeing the past, but by wearing it as well.
The Stitchers are a group of women who volunteer here, and we make little mob caps and aprons and haversacks for the gift shop. I learned to sew when I was about 4 years old. Mother taught me how to thread a needle and tie the knot so I could make clothes for my dollhouse people.
Although Dottie loves stitching and storytelling, one of her favorite subjects to teach is cooking.
Sully is one of the few sites that has its original kitchen.
She effectively spins history into fascinating tales of Sully's recipes and demonstrates culinary arts to groups of all ages.
Yesterday, with the little camp we have going, I had 10 beautiful children in here, and each of the children was able to cut the lard into the flour. Each of the children was able to cut out a biscuit. This gives them more hands-on skill, and so they were able to participate. It's very rewarding. This is what keeps me young.
Dottie O'Rourke's spirit of volunteerism is infectious. She consistently exceeds expectations by going above and beyond to keep history well-clothed and well-fed and alive at Sully.
I wouldn't have changed anything here at Sully.
Yeah, which tea time do you have?
10:50.
Okay, and what's your cart number?
Tom Webster shows a commitment and dedication to great customer service at Greendale Golf Course that is worthy of recognition.
Main responsibility is make sure people are queued up to get teed off and kind of hurry them along.
He's been a volunteer at Greendale since August 2013, working mainly as a weekend starter.
The role of starter is very important because it's the first person the public usually comes in contact with when they come to the golf course. So I'm responsible for checking them in, making sure they've paid, and queuing them up in line with their tee time, get them lined up and get them sent out on the course.
Tom is dependable, efficient, and friendly. He continues to impress with his willingness to work whenever needed by the course on weekends.
I think Saturday mornings are the most challenging time of the week to volunteer, especially be a starter. Yeah, I mean, I think I've done a fair job. I don't think there's been any complaints against me.
During those usually busy shifts, he resolves conflicts and handles other difficult situations with patience, a skill he has refined from years of experience.
You're in front of this group here, okay? Thanks.
I've learned about myself, and I also need this too. It takes a lot of patience dealing with the public. Some folks come and they don't understand the game. They think they can play in an hour, so you have to be very patient and try to help them understand the process. It's a team award. I don't think you can just say it's one person award.
While Tom refuses to take sole credit for achieving this accomplishment, it is his performance that demonstrates the type of characteristics that represent the best of Fairfax County Park Authority values. When he's not swing dancing, of course.
My wife doesn't mind me volunteering. It just kind of gets in the way of our swing dancing every now and then.
Take care.